Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a feel with all acrylic no polish. So the first thing that we're doing is just going in and removing her bling. I'm just using a pair of nippers, and these are actually from Dollar Tree. So after we finish removing all of the bling, we're gonna go in with an extra coarse drill bit. As always, I do use a safety one because it's so coarse and I don't want to cut anyone. So just use a safety extra coarse drill bit or a coarse one. It doesn't matter, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. But with the extra coarse one, you can remove all of the, whether you're using gel polish or acrylic, you can remove that a lot easier. So the gold pieces of foil that you see on her nail are encapsulated inside the acrylic. So we just go in and just remove all of that. It is going to take a little bit longer than, just removing gel polish. But with the extra coarse drill bit, it will speed up the process. But again, as always, we just start around the cuticle area and then also just removing everything else from the rest of the nail. Remember that when you're using a drill, you want to make sure that you keep your drill moving at all times. You don't want to leave them in or leave it in one spot for too long because it will cause friction and it will cause your client's nail to burn. So again, just remove the acrylic, or just file down whatever you need to file down on until you remove whatever is encapsulated. And then for the gel polish, of course, same thing, just follow around the cuticle area, remove the gel polish from the rest of the nail. And if you just have regular nail polish, then you just skip all of this and you just use nail polish remover and a cotton ball to remove that nail polish. But we're gonna go ahead and continue just doing this. Again, this is an extra coarse drill bit and we are filing down the acrylic to remove the gold foil from inside the acrylic. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in and push the cuticles back, and I am actually using just the same hand file that I'll be using to shape her nails. It is a new hand file. The reason why I did this was just because I had just put all of my implements into my barber side jar when she came in. She actually came in a little bit early, so it hadn't been 10 minutes yet since I put my implements in there. But you can just use any cuticle pusher. After that, we're going in with a 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. As always, we just file really close to that cuticle area, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until you have removed all of the shine. As always, we only remove the shine. We don't want to thin down the nail. Literally just removing that shiny layer from the natural nail. If you were to just leave it like that, you would get lifting. So make sure that you remove that shine with a 180 sanding band, or you could also just use a hand file, whatever you prefer. But you know, with the e-file, it is a lot faster. Alrighty, so now we're just dusting the nails off, and then we're going to go in with the primer. So I'm actually using the Young Nail Protein Bond, and I don't do a dehydrator. I just do this one, and it works really good for me. I don't have any lifting, but whatever you feel comfortable with, whether it's using a dehydrator and a primer, and then also the brand is really just, you know, whatever you prefer to use. I also had to go in and repair the middle finger, so I went ahead and applied a nail tip. I'm going to trim it down, shape it. After that, I'm going to apply the primer, and we'll be ready to apply the acrylic. Alrighty, so for this set, she basically just told me I can do whatever. So I'm going to be using all colored acrylic. So for this ring finger, I did a small bead of the Mia Secret pink acrylic. And then now I'm going in with the number 6 AB Glitter Acrylic by Nail Supply Glamour. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that down in a description. I'm also going to be using a Cover Rose and 2 colored acrylics, which are also by Nail Supply Glamour. The Cover Rose is going to be by Mia Secret, but I bought it at Nail Supply Glamour. I actually, let me see, I do have a promo code for them, but I wanted to say that I probably am going to stop there. I'll be going to Texas on Friday, so probably on my way back, I'll be stopping at Nail Supply Glamour to see what all they have, because I really don't need anything. But actually, yes, I do. I need some monomer, so most likely I will be stopping in there to get some supplies. But anyways, my brush that I'm using is my number 10 Alpha brush in an oval shape. As you guys know, I love their brushes. They last so long. You just have to take good care of them, because sometimes, like whenever I'm on my last client and I put my brush in a little dabbing dish to clean it off, I forget to take it out, so then the bristles kind of spread out. But I do have the conditioner to basically just fix the brush, to restore the brush, and it works really good. So I also have a video on how to clean and restore your brush, so if you need that, I'll be sure to leave the link in the description. But this time, as you can see, my bristles are kind of spread apart. But again, it's only because I forgot it in the dapping dish where I was cleaning it off, and it was in there for too long. That's the only reason why. But other than that, you guys know that I always love their brushes, and they are really good. So I'll be sure to leave the link down below if anyone is interested. But anyways, now as you can see, we're doing the like ombre, yeah, like the ombre with the 2 colors on the tip. On the back, I'm using the Cover Rose. And make sure that when you're using glitter, a lot of the time I try to do the glitter last, because then it gets all over the place. But I forgot to do that this time, so usually I just try to get another paper towel and set it on top of the one that has glitter. That way I don't get the glitter on the rest of the nails. But as always, make sure that when you're applying your acrylic, you have a nice apex, that you have a nice thickness at your tip. tip, and most importantly to look at the nail when you're working, because you want to make sure that you don't have to apply more acrylic somewhere, and if you do, it's fine, just go back in and apply it, and you won't have any issues at all. But with me filing so much on the nail, we had to file all the foil off. We basically thinned down the nails almost to where it's like super super thin, so that's why we're having to go in and apply a lot more acrylic than we would usually do if we were just doing a feel. Alrighty, so we're done with that middle finger. So now for the pinky, we're going to do just, again, a layer of the Mia Secret Pink. And then we're going to go in with the lime green. We're going to apply that on the entire nail. And then we're going to come back in and encapsulate this with the Mia Secret Pink. As always, you can use a clear. I just use the pink because I have a lot of it. So whatever just works for you. Alrighty, so for the index finger, we're going to just do all of the Mia Secret cover rows on this one. But of course, first we have to go in with a small bead of the Mia Secret Pink. The reason why is because whenever we come back in to do a fill next time, if she doesn't want this colored acrylic, we can just file it down just like we did the gold foil at the beginning. And we'll still have the clear or the pink acrylic underneath. That way we don't have to do a new set every time they want something different. But again, this is the Mia Secret cover rose. After we finish applying the acrylic on this one, of course, same thing, we're going to encapsulate it with the Mia Secret Pink. And then on the thumb, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the middle finger, which is the ombre with the two colors on the tip and the cover rose at the back, and encapsulating that with the Mia Secret Pink. Alrighty, so we're finishing up this hand. So now we're going to go in and do the exact same thing on this other hand. So same thing, glitter on the ring finger, the ombre on the middle finger and the thumb, the cover rose on the index finger, and then the pinky just all neon lime green or whatever color it was. Again, all of these products were purchased from Nail Supply Glamour. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that down in the description. And my brush is by Nail Supply, or sorry, not Nail Supply, but Alpha Brush, which I'll leave the link down below to that. And unfortunately, I don't have a promo code for them anymore. They stopped doing promo codes, but once you go on their website, they do offer a 5% off. So, you know, that's better than nothing. So that, you know, you get that as soon as you go to their website. It just kind of pops up. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish this hand, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, so now after we finish applying the acrylic, we're going to go in with a hand file, and of course we're going to be reshaping the nails. We're doing a 45-degree angle on the sides and 90-degree angle at the free edge to get that coffin shape. After we finish reshaping the nails, I'm going in with a fine drill bit, and we're just going to file all of the nails. Of course, we start around the cuticle area, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth, and also filing the rest of the nail. Just that's a little reminder that when you're filing nails, of course, you have to take into consideration how much filing you have to do. There's people out there that don't have to do much filing, like myself. We just focus around that cuticle area to seal that area to not get lifting. But then there's also people, of course, like beginners, that you might have more bumps and lumps. You might have used a lot of acrylic, which means that your nail is going to be thick, so you're going to have to file it down some. So every case is going to be different, but just file until the nail is nice and smooth, and then around the cuticle area, file until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the product is not on the skin and you're not going to get lifting. Now, if you're doing all of that correctly and you're still getting lifting, trust me, most likely you are not doing this part correctly. You want to make sure that the cuticle area is nice and flat, flush, and sealed, because if not, you will get lifting. Sometimes lifting still happens and you just couldn't prevent it. But if you do this correctly, you won't have such a big deal or problem with lifting, because that's like the number one issue that people has when they first start doing nails, is the nails just pop off really easily. So if you're doing everything else correctly, prepping the nail correctly, applying the right size tips, and filing around the cuticle area really good, you should not have any lifting. But if you do, most likely it's this step. But if not, you're just gonna have to do like a process of elimination. Maybe it was your prepping. Maybe you didn't remove the shine all the way. Maybe your tips were too big. Maybe you just didn't file around the cuticle area good. It could be a number of things, but you just have to go back in and kind of analyze what you're doing, and you will be able to determine what's causing your problem, and you will be able to change what you are doing, and do something different, and hopefully that would change. But a lot of these things, they just come with practice. You kind of are going to learn what works for you. So what the things that work for me might not work for you. Everyone's different, but this is just how I do it, and this is what helps me. Alrighty, well now we're going to go in and just buff the nails really good. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this, we are getting rid of any of those scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. So just buff the nails really good, and then we can go in and just dust the nails off. You can either wipe the nail off with an alcohol wipe, or you can have your client wash their hands, whatever works for you. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and do some bling. So I'm using my Soleil nail adhesive. She is on Instagram. I'll be sure to leave the link down below. And I'm doing the rhombus right in the middle. And then I'm doing the SS6 and SS12 around it. I'm using my wax pencil to pick up the bling and just simply apply them on the nail. I'm also going to apply some on the pinky. And that'll be it for this set. I'm also going to be spraying the Mia Secret gel resin activator, which is the spray that basically just helps the glue dry a lot faster. Since it is a gel resin, it's a little bit thicker than regular glue, so it takes it a little bit longer to dry. Alrighty, so I'm about to spray the activator, and then after this we can just go ahead and apply the gel top coat. I'm using the Nail Supply Glamour Diamond Gel, which is a gel top coat, and it's worked really good for me. It's really shiny and I just love it. So I'll leave that link down below as well. After this, we're going to go ahead and cure this hand for 60 seconds, and then we'll do the same thing on the other hand. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out really pretty. The shape is really nice. That glitter is just everything. That ombre, the bling, everything just looks so good together. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNailDirty2, and I'll see you guys next time.